Hello everyone and welcome to part 3 of the Breakout game tutorial. Today we will talk about the title animation and also about the like button animation. So let's create a new project. We can use the last project as a template. We will need only to remove the not related code like the stars object and the stars list object. So what I have here is only the B4X canvas, the timer, the VPW and VPH variables and the frames variables, and I have also the timer tick event. That's it. This is what we will need also in this project. So now we will also need to add an image view to our layout. So let's do it. And we will import the title image file. So let's give it a name like title image and generate it as a B4X view. Let's save it. That's it. So we will also need an array. So let's create a title array as B4X bitmap. Is basically create 5 more images, okay, and edit them in a image editor, and then I will add all those images to an array and loop in the timer tick event and always render the image that I want to render, okay, to get that animation. I am using for the image editing GIMP. GIMP is a free software. You can get really a great tool. It has layers and I use it for almost all of my games and also apps. So let's import the title image. We will copy that image to another layer, and on this layer what we'll do, we will change the color. So let's click on colors and colorize and set it to white. Now we can change the opacity for the first layer. So let's set it to 20% and export is to another image file. Okay, let's call it T1. Set it to 40 and again export. $60. $80 and the last one will be 100. So now we can see that we have 6 image files. We'll add all of those files to our array. So first let's click the sync button. So all files will be added to our project. We can set the array length to 6 because we know we will have 6 images. I named those images like this, T0, T1, T2, so I can initialize them inside the loop, and this make it easier for us to work with them. So let's first initialize all those images. We can add a for next loop. and let's initialize the image. So it's t and the I value and .png. Okay, so now we will draw our title. We can do something like if frames mode 2 will be 0, so we are using the modular function. So every time frames modular 2 will be 0, we will change the frame of the title image, of the title animation. We will also need to track the index we are currently on. So let's create a new variable. Let's call it title index as int. So every time frames mode 2 will be 0, we'll increase the title index by 1. But we have to always make sure that the title index will not be bigger than our title array length. So we can do something like this, +1 modular title length. So what it will do is it will always increase by 1 the title index, but if it will be higher than the title array length, then it will be back to 0. So now we can change the title image bitmap like this. Set bitmap. Let's enter our array and set the title index. So now we should get an animation. Let's see. Yes, but it's not like we have it in our game. You can see that the first frame is previewed a little bit longer than the other frames. So how we can do this? So we can say that if the title index is 0, let's create a new variable. So we can say if title index is 0, then the modular step will be 8, else modular step will be 2. Okay, now we can use this variable here and we'll get a different animation. If I will use a higher value like 80, you can see it better. See, the first frame now is showing longer than the other frames, and this is how it looks on our game. Okay, so this is how we can achieve the title animation. And now let's see how we can do the like button animation. So let's add another image view. Somewhere here. We need to import the like button file. And let's add the image file. Let's give it a name like img and set it as a B4X view. So now what we need to do is to create a custom type. Let's call it a point. So type point, it will have a x value and a y value. Now let's create a point object like private like img center as point. We can initialize it here at the app start event. The center, let's set the center of the image view, so it will be like image view left plus the half size of the image view. So this is the X center of the image view, and let's do it also for the Y value. So now let's add in the thematic event the draw like img I will paste the code from the game project, and I will explain what I'm doing. Okay, so we'll also need to set the step variable, so how much it will be shrink and grow, so in what step it will shrink and grow. So let's create this variable. And let's set it to VPW multiplied by 0.0025. Let's also create another type and call it size. Give it a weight value and a height value. And now let's set the like image or original size here on the app start. So let's store it as size. Let's set the weight to the like image weight and height. Actually, what we can do is let's generate the custom type sub event for the create size and also for the create point. Like this, our code will be much prettier. So now what we can do is just, instead of adding those 3 lines, we can do it in a single line. let's do the same for the size, for the image, like image original size. Okay, now this looks much better. Let's start the app and see how it looks like. So you can see the image shrink and also grow. So what I'm doing is basically every 4 frames, okay, I am changing the height of the image view and also the weight of the image view, and according to the size I'm changing the left position and the top position. And here what I'm doing is I'm checking on every time I change the image view size, I'm checking the weight value. So if it is larger than the original size of the image view multiplied by 1.1, or it is smaller than the original image view weight multiplied by 0.7, I'm changing the like image resize step from a positive value to a negative value. If it was a negative, it will change to a positive value, and like this it will one time shrink and the other time it will grow. So this is a little bit about the title animation and also the like button animation. I will include this project in the tutorial thread, so you can download it and play with it a little bit. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.